Hello everybody, my name is Alan from Sauber-Lab and today will be a little bit different video. In this video I'll go through what you can choose for your home assistant, what hardware that you have. Here in front of me or behind me have some options that you can choose depending on the cost and your necessity. But I decided to make this video because lots of people start to ask the following question. Alan, I have a Raspberry Pi 3, this one it's inside the Raspberry Pi 3, and I want to update for a Raspberry Pi 4. You advise me that I should do it? And I say, depend what application. So in this video we'll talk a little bit more about it, and maybe this one will be interesting for you. Principally if you don't have any NAS server, or principally that if you want to upgrade your NAS server because someone told something about you. So I will go all build-ready options and some DIY options that you can have. I'll go really basic in this one. I'm not go so in depth what's the difference between the performance between them, but I will explain the general things that you need to consider. If you like this idea, please don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and let's do it now. First thing, I will go for the basics. This one is Raspberry Pi 4. This one is Raspberry Pi 3. Let me take out the case. Yes, you can have different case. This one is only because I like the screen, some application that I was doing. Here, Raspberry Pi 3 B plus. What's the problem for this one? Connection only USB 2.0. It's a problem? Depends. USB 2.0 can transfer maximum 480 megabytes per second. It means that if you have an ideal situation, you can transfer maximum for 6 megabytes per second in each USB. This one will be limited. This one will work well. Depend as well, because the difference for Raspberry Pi 4, they have USB 3.0 and that can transfer 4.8 gigabytes per second. Something look like it's much higher, so you can use almost whole capacity for your hard drive. But if you put an SSD that can transfer more and you have only a gigabyte network, what will be the limited? The gigabyte network. Good answer. So what's the main difference between this one? The speed. This one you can get 6 megabytes per second. This one you're gonna get 100 megabytes per second. Application wise, CPU wise, this one have more RAM memory, but if you don't want to use so much Docker containers that will use a lot of your RAM, so this one will work quite well as well, because the CPU it's not so much different. It's not twice the power. It's a little bit better, but it's not 2-3 times better, the CPU. So both will work well. What's the advance for this option? Power consumption. You can have a brick for 5 watts, 7 watts, and they will run it. You're gonna need a little bit more power if you're gonna put lots of these hard drives. And you can have an external hard drive. You can plug here. You can do a merge FS. As I always suggest you don't use RAID for USB because they are not stable. Imagine that you have here 2-3 hard drives there, and by mistake you punch one of those and remove and break all your RAID, and it will be really difficult to recover, or at least time consumed. So it's better to avoid this stress. So you have this system. Will work well. You want a little bit more stable, because this one, if the SD card stops to work, your system stops to work. If you have one hard drive failure, you're gonna lose all the data for the hard drive. What you can do about it? Backup. Best option, backup. You can backup any of those options that I'm gonna show. You need to do backup, because the backup is more safe for you. All the time that you backup it, you avoid that will have failure. If this one failure, or this one failure, or this one failure, your data is still safe. If you have a virus, your data is still safe. If you have anything burn the computer, your data is still safe. Doesn't matter if you have a RAID configuration or you have only a single hard drive. But this one, it's related from cost and necessity. Now suppose that I need a system that will not fail at all and need to be running 24/7 and will be really stable. This one's a good option. This one's all built NAS, it's basic NAS, it's not a server, so will be a light operating system. They will not run a lot of hard drive, they will not have a really strong CPU, but they will work really well as a NAS. What's the advance for this one? It's come all in, have all the services for Dell, and also if I open here, they have a hot swap option. And you can put either SAS drive or SATA drive. In this case it's SATA, but potentially you could put a SAS drive because they have a SAS card. What's the advance for it? You can have here, you can remove your hard drive anytime that you want, you can replace it, put back, and the computer is still on, working without any problem. What's the negative size? This one have a 400 watts power supply. Redundancy, okay, wonderful, but have a 400 watts power supply because normally in standby mode they will take 100 watts running. So 5 watts, 100 watts running light things, you're gonna spend more electricity for it. The cost of the hardware, it's much more because this one's in the price grade, so they want to be lasting for a long time. As well, the hard drives will be more expensive, but you have a long life shelf. This one, they are not designed properly to stay 24/7. They're gonna overheat. Your hard drive will fail more easy because it's a small hard drive inside. This one, no. This one, they already have all the heat sink around to keep it cold. The hard drive, it's really thick. They are made to last for a long time. But this one is the best option. Depend if you're in the price and you really need that it will work 24/7. You cannot fail at all with redundancy power supply. Yes, this one will work really well. You can upgrade it. Yes, you can put a 10 GB PPS card in this one in the back and it will work. You can upgrade your, you can increase your run memory really easy. You can have lots of things, but this one will cost more. One other option that is come all built in, it's this kind of Synology NAS. You can see it's a compact one. This one's for bay, basically the same way as this one. You can have a SSD in the same way inside as a cache. You can have a hot swap as well if you configure it. You can take your hard drives. It's here. They are plastic build. They are a little bit more simple as this one. If you look, plastic build, heatsink will be a little bit less, but this one will work great. You're not gonna have a problem at all. You can plug here, swap it. It will work well with the own operating system. This one you can change operating system. I don't suggest for you buy a Synology and do. If you wanted to have your own operating system, I suggest you get one of those and you install anything that you want. Other thing, between this one and a custom build computer, what is better? Depends as well. This one they have redundancy power supply. This one they have a more stable chassis. Either that you can buy a more chassis, but they are made to be 24/7 for lots of years and they have assistance. So you can, if you have any problem, Dell will be helping you. Or if you have any problem with the hardware, you can replace it with same grade hardware, enterprise hardware. So it's what you need to balance. If I need to consider that my system needed to work 24/7, it cannot fail because we stop all my application and will lose money. So I would suggest you go for one of those. If you need to run, but you still a little bit chance of fail, but it will work well. One of those, if you don't want to build yourself. If you want to build yourself, I really suggest you to get a custom build computer that you can assemble everything. You don't need to have an enterprise grade system, because if you're gonna use only your house and you have only some basic applications, you can buy a nice case, you can buy a nice motherboard what will have a good CPU that will fit for all your needs, a RAM memory, a hard drives, and make everything stable and assemble it. And will have the similar performance for this one. Yes, will cost 1/4 of the price of this one. Yes. Will work the same way. Yes. Will be stable as this one. No, they will not be so stable because they are made with SSD memories. They will make all for avoid the information fail. This one as well, they avoid the information fail, but you need to do backup anyway, because anytime any one of those options, the hard drive or the memory run or any component inside, they can make errors and can corrupt your data, or you can just fail, stop to work. So guys, in this video I try only to go for the basic things. I didn't go to that what's the difference between power, between both, what will work better, what's the speed will work. Only go to show what options that you can have and what options that you go in the market to buy it. I hope that you guys like. If you like this video and think that was interesting and want that I do more of those style, please let me know. If you don't like and think that was pointless, only lose of time, Let me know as well, at least I try to improve and put some points that I need to improve. Please leave your like if you think that was pointless and you didn't like and you think that I shouldn't post this kind of video. Leave your dislike, subscribe for the channel, and see you next time. Bye.